Daily Words of God. All that Peter sought was after God's heart. He sought to fulfill God's desire, and regardless of the suffering and adversity, still he was willing to fulfill God's desire. There is no greater pursuit by a believer in God. What Paul sought was tainted by his own flesh, by his own conceptions, and by his own plans and schemes. He was by no means a qualified creature of God, was not someone who sought to fulfill God's desire. Peter sought to submit to God's orchestrations, and although the work he did was not great, the motivation behind his pursuit and the path that he walked were right. Though he was not able to gain many people, he was able to seek the way of truth. Because of this, it can be said that he was a qualified creature of God. Today, even if you are not a worker, you should be able to perform the duty of a creature of God and seek to submit to all of God's orchestrations. You should be able to obey whatever God says and experience all manner of tribulations and refinement. And though you are weak, in your heart you should still be able to love God. Those who take responsibility for their own life are willing to perform the duty of a creature of God. And such people's viewpoint toward pursuit is the right one. These are the people that God needs. If you did much work, and others gained your teachings, but you yourself did not change, and did not bear any testimony, or have any true experience, such that at the end of your life still none of what you have done bears testimony, then are you someone who has changed? Are you someone who pursues the truth? At the time, the Holy Spirit used you, but when He used you, He used the part of you that could work, and He did not use the part of you that could not work. If you sought to change, then you would gradually be made perfect during the process of being used. Yet the Holy Spirit accepts no responsibility for whether or not you will ultimately be gained, and this depends on the manner of your pursuit. If there are no changes in your personal disposition, then that is because your viewpoint toward pursuit is wrong. If you are granted no reward, then that is your own problem, and because you yourself have not put the truth into practice and are unable to fulfill God's desire. And so, nothing is of greater importance than your personal experiences, and nothing is more critical than your personal entry. Some people will end up saying, "I've done so much work for you," and though there may not have been celebrated achievements, still I have been diligent in my efforts. Can't you just let me into heaven to eat the fruit of life? You must know what kind of people I desire. Those who are impure are not permitted to enter into the kingdom. Those who are impure are not permitted to besmirch the holy ground. Though you may have done much work, and have worked for many years, in the end, if you are still deplorably filthy, it is intolerable to heaven that you wish to enter my kingdom. From the foundation of the world until today, never have I offered easy access to my kingdom to those who curry favor with me. This is a heavenly law, and no one can break it. You must seek life. Today, those who will be made perfect are the same kind as Peter. They are those who seek changes in their own disposition and are willing to bear testimony to God and perform their duty as a creature of God. Only people such as this will be made perfect. If you only look to rewards and do not seek to change your own life disposition, then all your efforts will be in vain, and this is an unalterable truth.